1. What's the difference between mean, median, and mode? When would you use each? Answer. The mean is what most people think of as the average. You add up all the values and divide by the number of values. It's great when the data is balanced, but it can be misleading if there are extreme values or outliers. The median is the middle value once the data is sorted. It's especially useful when the data is skewed or has outliers, because it's less sensitive to extreme numbers. The mode is simply the most common value. It's mainly useful for categorical data, like finding the most common product people buy, or the most frequent survey response. Example: if you look at incomes, the mean income might be much higher than what most people earn because a few very rich people pull the number up. The median income tells you more about what a typical person earns. 2. What are variance and standard deviation? Why are they important? Answer. Variance and standard deviation both measure how spread out the data is. Variance looks at how far each data point is from the mean, squares those differences, and then averages them. Standard deviation is just the square root of the variance. It's easier to interpret because it's in the same units as the original data. They're important because averages alone don't tell the whole story. Two datasets might have the same mean, but very different spreads. Standard deviation helps us understand consistency, stability, or risk in the data. Example: imagine two students both have an average test score of 80. One student always scores between 78 and 82, while the other swings between 60 and 100. Their means are the same, but the second student has much higher variance and standard deviation, meaning their performance is less predictable. 3. Explain the difference between population and sample. Answer. A population is the full set of all possible data points or people you're interested in studying. A sample is a smaller subset of that population that you actually collect data from. In real life, it's usually impossible or too expensive to measure the whole population. So we collect a sample, and then use statistical methods to make educated guesses about the population. The key is that the sample should be representative, otherwise the results will be biased. Example: suppose you want to know the average height of adults in a country. You can't measure millions of people, so instead you randomly pick, say, 1,000 adults. If you choose the sample carefully, the average height of that sample will be a good estimate of the true population average.